Well, if you don't develop it, you're going to be fucking broke and miserable your whole life. That would be the first step that I consider. You're not going to ever have any money. You're not going to ever live in a nice house. You're not going to ever have a cool car. You're never going to have a quality mate. Your life's going to fucking suck. So maybe you should figure it the fuck out. Okay, how do you cultivate a winning mentality? By going out and working towards the win. You guys listen to all this idealistic bullshit all over the internet, and like how the therapy industry tries to make you guys fucking sterile little pussies that can't fucking operate. They go out in the field and touch the grass. You should never have any anxiety. You should always feel joyful and blissful and blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit. Okay? You're going to have hard times. You're going to have great times. You're going to have times where you're proud of yourself. You're going to have times where you're not proud of yourself. You're going to have times where you're winning. You're going to have times when you're losing. Such is the journey called life. And if you decide to be an entrepreneur and you decide to be someone who wants more, it's going to be that much harder. And the bigger your dreams, the harder it's going to be on the journey. This is reality. And too many of you guys are subscribing to this feel-good, idealistic, touch the grass, go on a fucking mental health journey, all this fucking bullshit. I should feel peaceful all the time. No wonder you don't want to win. And I'm going to tell you this, dude. Whoever's been telling you this shit that is sterilizing your mind and making you not ambitious and not hungry and not wanting to go out and win, they fucked you, just so you know. Because we could talk about how society should be. We could talk about how it should all be rainbows and unicorns and big fucking sunflower fields, and we're gonna run through holding hands during the sunset, and we're gonna feel joyful and not have any anxiety ever, but that's not real life. Okay, those are experiences that you experience in real life. The biggest lie that's being told right now is that happiness is a 24/7 thing that we have to get to. If you think that being happy is a 24/7 destination that you're going to get to, and you're going to have all this joy and all this happiness and all these feelings that are good and never any bad feelings, you're going to always feel bad because your expectations are out of alignment with reality. You cannot achieve that. That is not achievable. So the minute you have anything outside of that, the minute you have a hard day, the minute you have frustration, the minute you have anxiety, it's going to be much more amplified because your expectation is that there shouldn't be any of it. Okay? Life is fucking hard, and let me tell you how it's hard. It's either hard in the beginning or it's hard in the end. You either suffer when you're young and have a better back end, or you suffer or you fucking party when you're young and you suffer on the back end. It's one or the other, bro, and it's not a daily thing. When it comes to happiness, happiness should be viewed as daily moments that make me happy. I had this moment that made me happy. I had that moment that made me happy. I had this moment that made me happy. And we should be grateful for those moments. We shouldn't be mad that 24 hours a day wasn't this happy experience. And that's what you guys are getting from a lot of this idealistic nonsense. Are there some good therapists out there? Yeah, I'm sure there are. But most aren't. Most are predatory. Most convince you of a standard that is impossible to hold. They convince you that you should never have anxiety, never have stress, never have fear, never have frustration. And if you have ambition and if you have drive, there's something fucked up with you. Okay? Every single thing that you admire in society, every single building, every single team, every single fucking business, every single country, every single organization that you admire was built by a fucking warrior. Someone who was able to endure, take pain, get punched in the face figuratively and maybe literally as many times as they had to build it. So you can either build something great, you can either become something great, you can create something great, or you could be like everybody else. And that's what this idealistic nonsense in society is teaching people. It's teaching people that ambition is wrong, that wanting more for yourself is wrong. And if we're being honest, who benefits from that? You know why? Because they don't want you to have fucking anything. They want to be able to control you. They want you to be a poor little me. They want you to struggle financially, because if you're struggling financially, you can't pay attention to how bad you're getting screwed. All right? So all of this shit is nonsense. It's nonsense. If you want to win and you want to develop a winning mentality, the best thing that you can do is 1, surround yourself by winners. 2, set some massive fucking goals for yourself. 3, ignore all these fucking people that aren't going to be shit in their entire life. And 4, get your ass to work every single day. And when it gets really hard, that's when you make sure you don't quit, because that's when everybody else quits. And if you want to win and you want to build something great, that's what you got to do. And you got to block out all the other shit. All this shit that society is telling you you need to be. Look at the motherfuckers telling you that. Do you want their life? Do you want to live like them? Do you want their bank account? Do you want their car or their house? Do you want the way their fucking family looks at them? I'm assuming you probably don't. So why the fuck are you listening to anything they say? That's my fucking take. Okay? And like, dude, you guys, you young men, you better realize, bro, the world's on your shoulders. Nobody's gonna come and help you. Nobody feels sorry for you either. It's not like you're some young girl or some gay person or somebody that's in a protected class that has all these people to give a fuck about you. If you're a young man, nobody gives a fuck about you. A fucking single fuck. So you better figure it out. You better figure out how to be strong, fit, intelligent, and a money-making motherfucker, or your life's gonna suck. And don't fucking tell me, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Come find me in 20 years and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, you got all these young people out in the fucking world who think that, like, oh, I need a break. No, this is when you should be going. Oh,
work ain't even started yet.
Bro, it's the most frustrating thing in the world. And it's because they consume all of this victim mindset nonsense on the internet. Okay? Bro, if you take that shit in, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to get crushed. You're going to get crushed. You're never going to have shit. And then you're going to be like, why didn't it work out for me? And then you really will be a victim. That's the danger of that kind of information, because you start telling yourself, oh, you know, I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to flow through life, because you think that's what everybody else is doing. And then here's the other thing, okay? If you're wired to win and you're wired to be an achiever, and you start consuming that shit because you look around and you think, everybody else is doing this, what's wrong with me? And you start trying to take your warrior mentality and put it in this fucking regular person's box, bro, that's like taking a fucking wild lion who's ruled the jungle for 10 years straight and putting him in an 8x8 fucking cage. Okay? If you're wired to win, if you're wired to achieve, if you're wired to be a warrior, if you're wired to build shit and be great, and you have that drive and that hunger, and you read all this nonsense all over the world and all over the internet from all these fucking gurus that pretend like they're Buddha and they don't know shit, you're going to be fucking miserable, bro. You're going to take your wild self and you're going to put it in this little bitty box, and you're going to be angry, you're going to be frustrated, you're going to be mad, and you're going to be looking around and wondering why doesn't this work for me? How come I'm so angry? Why do I have so much anxiety? Because, bro, you're trying to take a fucking square peg and put it in a round hole. The world needs people like you. It needs people to build. It needs people to create. It needs people to set an example. There's nothing wrong with you for being an ambitious person. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without ambitious people. The world wouldn't exist as we know it without fucking creative people who are willing to pay the fucking price to build what they see in their mind before anyone else sees it. Okay, so you are needed. You need to stop thinking that all these fucking morons on the internet have it figured out. Unless you want their life, don't fucking listen to them, dude. And start understanding that if you do listen to them and you're one of these people who was meant to come here and create, you're going to waste your whole life trying to fit in a box with a bunch of people who aren't ever going to accomplish a thing. I fucking can't stand it, dude. This victim mentality and this idealistic shit ruins more lives than anything else in our culture. It convinces all these people that they're supposed to be less than. It convinces all these people that they're supposed to be poor and that there's nobility in being less than what we could be. There is no nobility in living small. There is no nobility in living in a way that doesn't inspire people. You are given gifts. If you believe in God, do you think God looks at you and says, you know, I hope my son uses none of his gifts and just chills out and just touches the grass and walks through the field? And do you think that's what he wants for you? You were put here with a purpose. What is your purpose? Your purpose is not to float through life and quote unquote enjoy it. Yes, there's going to be things that you enjoy, But just like that motherfucking beer you have after mowing the grass on the hottest day of the year, you will not enjoy your life unless you're putting in work to fucking create the life that you're supposed to create. You'll be miserable. And it doesn't matter. This is why rich people who get mega rich and stop working end up killing themselves, because they don't have a purpose. And it doesn't matter how much money you have or how much car you have or how much house you have or what the fuck you have. If you stop building and stop creating, if you're one of the people that's made for that, okay? And this is a problem because society is made of NPCs, bro, non-playable characters that buy into this therapy shit, that buy into this weak shit, that buy into this, you know, I gotta find peace shit. Some of y'all aren't built for peace. Some of you are built for war. And those are the motherfuckers that build the entire fucking world. Everybody else who tells you that there's something wrong with you for being the way that you are, enjoy. So if we're all gonna be peaceful little fucking hippies, who's gonna build the shit that we enjoy? You see what I'm saying?
It's necessary.
No. We need it in America more than ever. We need men and women to stand the fuck up and say, this is who the fuck I am, this is where I'm supposed to be, this is what I'm supposed to do, and if you don't like it, fuck off. Yeah, you wonder why, you know why you feel like shit, bro? Because you're not using any of your gifts. You're not using any of your talents. You're not trying to get better. You're not creating, you're not building, you're not becoming, and you wonder why you feel like shit. It's because inside you know that you're wasting your life. Stop wasting your life, go out and do shit, and you're going to feel better, even if it's hard as f***. That is the fucking secret. So you want to develop a winning mentality? Hopefully that answers your question. But at the end of the day, here's the deal. If you don't win, your life's going to suck. That's what you should know. You should know that flat out. If you do not win, your life will fucking suck. And you will be one of these people who convinces yourself that all these dreams and all these goals and all these things you wanted are not actually what I want anymore. You know, I've changed. I've gotten more sophisticated. And then when you go to pay for your Chipotle, you're gonna fucking be counting your quarters and trying to pay for it. That'll be your life. I know this. That ain't gonna be my life.